Okay, Mr. Fernandez, here we go with day 2 of the Bates Camp. Backstroke day. First we're going to look at your surface video. Okay, so the first thing I want to mention is that you're dolphining a little close to the surface. I like to see something a little deeper, less disturbance here for the first couple of those kicks. And a little bit tighter streamline too, which is a little bit sometimes maybe a lack of flexibility, range of motion. So you have to kind of loosen your streamline in order to really get dolphins. Ideally, you can get both a tight streamline, and you can get the dolphins to really operate from the rib cage down. I like on your breakout, I think you do a nice job rotating immediately to the side. See this crossing over, right? You see it. Here's another picture of someone that is crossing over the line, and then here's what we're really looking for is that line that's straight out from the shoulder, right? Even just slightly outside the shoulder, and that's going to come when you rotate really quickly, and you get right on top of that stroke and your balance. Okay. And you can see your head moving around quite a bit. So a lot of times we suggest that you could put a cup of water on your forehead and be able to swim backstroke with that, with a nice still head, and you're rotating around the axis that's in the middle of the body. Okay, we're going to take a look at the underwater video. Okay, I'm not going to say you're too shallow, but you're using your legs a ton with your kick, and that's what's moving this water around quite a bit. I'd love to see a little bit more activity with the whole body, being a little bit more like an eel, where you have a nice tight, fast dolphin, whole body movement, fingertips tracking to the other end, but just a tight, fast dolphin. And then when you get to the surface, your head, you sit up just a little bit, right? Your head sort of leaves a little bit and sits up here, and that's just going to put the brakes on. So part of backstroke breakouts is to maintain that line. Even if you feel like you're losing your air, train yourself to maintain a good line and not use your head to sit up and try to get to the surface. And you're using a bit of a straight arm pull, which is certainly one option that some people go with in their backstroke pulling. What I like to see is a little bit more of what would be in freestyle a high elbow catch and pull, but you see how the fingertips are to the side, and his arm is coming down, his elbow is coming into his hip, and he still has this forearm that has a lot of surface area to it to pull on. So there's a bend to it because you're a lot stronger. You can use your strength a little bit better when you bend your arm than when you keep it straight like this. So that's one of the things we're looking for, is that you can learn how to give some bend to the elbow, right, and maintain a lot of pressure on the forearm. Right. So in here, that high elbow catch, like in freestyle, you turn your elbow a little bit so that you can get your forearm more involved and maintain that without having to go straight arm. Eventually, I'm going to say that you'll run into some pain issues or something. It's just a tough way to swim. And then the other thing is body position. Here you look nice, right? Nice rib cage and hips, head, all in a pretty good line. As you get on your back, you start to rotate. We do notice a bit of an uphill angle. Legs especially deep, so I'm going to guess you're using your legs to hold yourself up. We'd love to see those legs following in a small, tight kick behind you. So make some of those changes, and I think you can definitely see some improvement in your backstroke times.